Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Sister Fola. Good evening. Good evening. If you're watching, please help us to click the like button, and try to drop comments so that we know who and who are watching. So if you're watching us on Facebook, this is Steve, and I'll be running some likely question in exam, some of the questions we did in our class. And just be attentive, and you're free to ask questions from any angle that concerns with the exam, and I'm available to answer in this few 1 hour plus which we're gonna have here. And the purpose of us having a video like this is to assist as many people that has been going to exam or that wants to go to exam, that have one problem or the other or issue on how to attack the question. We make it so simple, and we make it possible in our class. We have our online class which a lot of people registered in English, and it has been so wonderful. We give God the glory because it has been so marvelous in the sight, and is something that if you are interested to be part and you want us to prepare you, we are available for you 24 hours online, and we get material across to you wherever you're living, far or near, and we register you. We make sure that you get click with the exam and you pass. We guarantee your pass in just shortest distance possible. And if you're working and you think your working hard is disturbing you in getting the Spanish driver's license, we make it easier. That is why we come online, and we drop teaching at your convenient time for you to listen to, and we guide you alongside with some likely tests during the week, and which we get you submit back to us, and we mark, and we try to correct something. So tonight we're gonna have some kind of teaching, so the test exam questions that you always meet, that might be a problem or might be one way or the other. So the purpose of us being here, as I said earlier, is to help and to make the pain relieve. So today I'm going to touch some of the questions which we did in the class yesterday, and which I think areas where students they have errors. And so I'm going to touch them, and I'm going to read. I'm going to explain why the answer is like that. We're not just picking answer because in exam, if you don't understand it so clear, it becomes a problem. So as I said earlier on, if you're joining us, try to help us to like. There's a like button. There's a like button, which is on like this. Help us to like. Drop comment for us to know who is on board. Even if you're watching a video and you think, yeah, there should be an adjustment or we are not doing better, you can also drop a comment for us to know we are here. And at the end of the video, if you're watching maybe from Facebook, we'll link it to Facebook. And if you're watching on Facebook and you have any question to ask, it does not even mean that you have to be a student before you can ask question. You can ask questions from any angle, and we are able to answer you. If you cannot, if you don't have time to type it on the live chat, you can call us on 620-586-038. I repeat, 620-586-038. So thank you. As we'll go, we have some likely questions here, which most of our students online that posted to us to help out. So I'm going to start with that. I'm going to start with that. So here we have the new test we did yesterday, which was new test 17. And I have a question on number 17, which somebody asked. Number 17, test 17, number 17. Somebody asked a question on number 17, and the question number 17 says, can you overtake inside a tunnel? Can you overtake inside the tunnel? Look, there's something you have to understand about tunnel. When you enter a tunnel and the tunnel is just a one lane going, one lane coming, you cannot overtake as a general rule. But if the tunnel has two lanes in your direction, you can overtake without invading the opposite direction lane, the oncoming lane. So when you are carrying out your overtaking, you should make sure that you don't enter the lane that is meant for the vehicle coming. You don't enter it, because if the lane is two, you can do your overtaking. But if the lane is just one lane going, one lane coming, you can overtake. There was a question in exam that they said, according to this road, and the road is one lane going, one lane coming. So according to that rule, you can overtake. But if they are asking you, can you overtake, just like this question, can you overtake in the tunnel? What you need, there's an answer here that says, yes, if there are more than one lane in my direction of travel, if there are more than one way, yes, I can overtake. The only law about tunnel is that don't enter the opposite direction lane to carry out overtaking. That is it. So question number 13. The student asks us to explain number 13 also. Number 13 in this place says, if you find yourself in a cul-de-sac and you have to reverse, a cul-de-sac is like you find yourself on a road where that has a dead end, and you have to reverse because you cannot change direction, you cannot turn, what should you have in mind? Now, you cannot change direction, you cannot turn. What you should have in mind that you have to cover minimum distance by reversing. Ensure that you get out of that cul-de-sac. That is the dead end. You know, it's not measurable, the distance, because when you enter a no through road where you cannot change direction, you cannot make a U-turn. You have to reverse, because the distance you enter is the distance you're going to cover to come out. So coming out, you can invade junction, and again, you can also have as much distance as possible in reversing. But what you have to understand is this is a dead end where you cannot make a U-turn, you cannot change direction. But if the question says where you can change direction or where you can make a U-turn, can you reverse? No, because you have to change direction to come with your head in order to come out to the junction. But this question already said you cannot change direction, you cannot make a U-turn. So you can reverse as minimum distance possible. That is the answer. It's not measurable, because a lot of people will go and pick 15. 15 is applicable to when you park or stop or you want to join traffic. That area, you don't reverse more than 15 meters and you cannot invade a cross section of road. Good. Another question here. The student asks for number 19 also. Number 19. Number 19 in this place says, when can you deactivate a front airbag? A front airbag. You know, one thing you have to understand is the front airbag for the driver, you can't deactivate it. But the passenger co-pilot, that is the passenger beside the driver, you can deactivate it. When you have a child, when there's a retention device for a child facing backward installed on that seat. So when you're carrying your baby and you put a retention seat on that place facing backward, you understand me? Back in the dashboard, which where the airbag comes out. So in that area, you have to deactivate the airbag. How can you deactivate the airbag? Most time it's on the side of the door. When you open the door, the pillar, you see something like or the dashboard edge. You see down, or when you open the pigeonhole, is somewhere where you have the rocket lights. You just put a key, you turn it off and on. And when you don't have the child again on that seat, you can activate it back. It's just like putting off and on, just like the way we on some ignition system in our vehicle. So it's very easy. Many people don't know that they deactivate the front airbag and they activate it back. So the position that can make you to deactivate the front airbag is when you have a baby on the seat with a retention device. Retention device is this holding system that is meant for baby. So for a child, when you face backward, because it is not proper for you to have the airbag when you have baby on that seat. So because it's so dangerous, and when the airbag inflates, it can cause a lot of problem and a damage to the baby. So that is number 19 from that student that sent us. And another question is, the last one the student sent was number 23. Number 23 of that text. Number 23 says, can you stop your vehicle at the pedestrian crossing in the photograph? A pedestrian crossing. Can you stop your vehicle there? You can stop your vehicle so far you don't invade the road markings. I can, in the vicinity of a pedestrian crossing, I can stop my car so far I don't invade it. Invading it is that climbing on it. So if you ask, can you stop on the pedestrian crossing? No. But you have to be very careful. Can you stop closest to the pedestrian crossing? Yes. So far I did not invade it, because stopping on top of it, you are blocking the pedestrian to use it. So the pedestrian will have another alternative to use the road. So if anything happens to them, you're at fault because you block their own passage, and it is not safe. So you have to understand that the pedestrian crossing is meant for the pedestrian, those that uses foot on the roadway, and you have to keep that area safe. You have to keep it open for them to use. So I think that is the question from our students on our class page. And another student posted another student asked for question 13, which I've explained. And the same student, another student asked for question 23, which I've explained. If you're joining us, you have to get the video after we finish teaching. And another student, the same student, has asked for number 3. Number 3 of the question. Number 3 says, number 3 in the question says, what do this color light at the motorway to indicate? You know, the toll gates, when you have the green arrow says you have to use the lane. That is the lane you have to use. That is the box you have to use. But when you have it X-rayed, the light tells you what to do. So the green arrow tells you where to follow. That's it. So the same student asks for number 21. I think 21, yeah. Number 21 of that test says, an adequate measure for saving fuel. There are measures to save fuel, which in our book can be found in subheading 382 in our old book. You know, we have a new book now, which are units, which I told our student I will try to get the exact places where it is, but you have to understand that is on adequate measures to save fuel. That is economic driving stuff. So economic driving in this area, we're talking about your ways of saving fuel. How do you save fuel? What pattern did you drive that save fuel? According to this place, you have to place your luggage in the boots, because when you put your luggage on the roof rack, I said roof rack is on top of the vehicle, you use more fuel. You use more fuel in this place. So one of the question answer that is better in this area is you place your load in the boots, because when the load is in the boot and the boot is covered, you save more fuel than putting a load on top of the vehicle on a roof rack. Let me just try to explain the B. The B say you use the air condition as little as possible. You understand me? Which is not a good measure to save fuel. As I said, you're opening the window if necessary. You understand me? And the other one said use the fuel of a lower octane than the recommended, which is not safe. You understand me? Using a fuel, I could remember sometimes ago, many years back, I understand that I have to use the octane that is meant for that my vehicle, but because I applied the African mentality that fuel is fuel. I just came back from Nigeria then and I said fuel is fuel, and now instead of me to be putting the high octane of fuel in my Audi, then my Audi, I was putting the low octane, because the engine wants high octane, which is a little bit expensive than the low octane, and I started putting low octane. But it does not take 4 months before the engine just packed up. The engine just packed up, and I said, I could remember the day the engine packed up in one place in Madrid here, and I was just funny. And somebody told me that, look, it's because you changed the fuel system, and the fuel system you're using now, you cost you more to repair the engine and stuff. So you don't change the octane of the vehicle or the fuel system. You have to use the octane that is meant for the fuel, for the vehicle, vehicle engine. So the same student asked me to explain number 28. Number 28, which is the last part of the question she requested for. 28. 28 in this place says, can you drive an agricultural tractor like this one with your B license? The agricultural tractor, that's the tractor. Yes, with your B license, you can drive it. Your B license permits you to drive agricultural tools, agricultural tractors. You know, these tractors are not used on the roadway. They are not like the service vehicles. They are not like the construction machines that are used on the public road. Tractors are used in the farm. So the farm, your B license drives them when you are driving them in the farm. So in exam, your B license drives tractor even if it's more than 3,500 kg. Just note that. If it's more than 3,500 kg, you can drive it without problem, without no stress. So just take note of that. Take note of that. So it's very important for you to understand that your B license drive any tractor. So far, the tractor is not on the roadway. Good. That is the question for that student. That student from, I think, from Las Palmas, I think, yeah, 28. Now, another student brought the question from Mostoles. Said number 11 says, the vehicle on the right wants to start going from the place it's parked. Should you allow it to join? The vehicle from the right, the vehicle is parking on the side of the road, on the hard shoulder, and wants to join the road, and you're driving on the major road. So they said, must you allow it to join the traffic? Yes, you must facilitate. You must always facilitate as much as possible. That is it. Though you have the priority, but he has to give way. But the law says you must facilitate. You must help to emerge the road. That's just, you must always help to emerge a road. Always help to join the road. Another question from the same student from Mostoles is number 12 of that same test, which says, is it correct to travel with the middle of the carriageway between your car? No. Is it is it correct to travel with the middle of this carriageway between your car wheel? Like what that place is asking is that you have a center line, and can you just mount on top of the line? You put your car in between and you're driving on a line. So you're like cutting the two lane, driving on a line. No, it is forbidden. It is forbidden. You can't do that. It's only on additional lane you can do that, but you can't do that here on the roadway. It is forbidden. It's forbidden. So I said, if you're joining us and you're watching us live, please help us to put the like button and drop a comment for us to know that you're online. Drop a comment. You can also share the video with friends. Those that have questions to ask is meant for as many that wants to have a counter with teacher. And remember that if you're interested to join us as a student, we are starting newly from next week, new class from next week, and we'll run the program at least 1 month, 2 weeks to prepare us to as much student as possible. So if you need our number, it's just 620-586-038, or you drop a comment that please call me. We can always get across to you. So if you're watching us, please help us to like the button and drop a comment for us to know as many people that are watching us. If you're watching us and you don't subscribe, it's not good for our class. Please help us to subscribe. If you can subscribe to some video that are not educative, that are not even helping, please subscribe to this. It will go a long way. You might not have question to ask today, but you might ask question tomorrow. So please, if you're watching us for the first time, try to subscribe. And if you're watching us after the live video, please subscribe to us or ask us question or call our number if you have any question. Generally, you don't supposed to be a student before you can answer the question. We are here to at least help as much people as possible. The English speaking people here on ground, we are here to assist. So if you're watching us, drop a comment. Let's just see. If we don't like your teaching, you can drop a comment. We appreciate you like that way, because it's meant to keep us pushing. Thank you. So another question from a student from Mostoles is number 15. Number 15 of the book, number 15 of that test says, does having the radio on very loud affect driving? Yes. When you put on the radio too loud, it affects your driving. It affects your driving. It impairs the driver hearing the sound of his car and the road users. If an ambulance is coming, you won't even hear. So it is proper for you to put your radio in an appropriate volume so that you can be hearing things around you. If your car is making some dirty noise, which you need to quickly attend to, the music gets you carried away and it is not safe for you. So it is better you have that done. So, and the same student asked for number 21. I think I've solved 21 before. I think we have 21 before. Yes, I've explained 21 before, which I told us that the best place to save fuel, according to the square answers here, is to have your load in the boots. So I think that's those questions that the students requested for. A student called me and asked me to use this means to explain what we call the reaction time, the reaction distance, and the braking distance. The reaction time, the reaction distance, and the braking distance, which I always allow people to understand that this is found 2 times in our manual, and you have to understand that it comes in exam. You can't go to exam without having it. Now, what is the reaction we are talking about? Reaction is your heart. You respond to an incident. You respond to an obstacle. Now, you're driving on the roadway and you get to a particular time, something comes to you, something sends message to your brain that there's a red light ahead. What did you do? You react. The time you react is very important. So the faster you react, the better for you. So it means that the faster you react, the reduce of your time. Reaction time is reduced. So the late you react, and reacting makes you to increase your time. So try to get me again. The faster you react, you reduce your time. For example, you're given an appointment 9 o'clock in the morning and you get there earlier. You reduce your time. Is that also? But you're given an appointment 9 o'clock, you get there 10 o'clock. You increase your time, which is not safe. So when they said reaction time increases, is very bad. It means that you are closer to the obstacle. When they say reaction time decreases, means that you are safe. Just like the braking distance. What is the braking distance? That is the distance you cover from the moment you start to apply the brake until the car stops. So when it increases, you get closer to the obstacle. It's bad. When it decreases, means that it's safe for you. The stopping distance is the reaction distance plus the braking distance. So when it increases, it is not right. You wasted time. When you wasted time, it increases. When you are faster, you respond active. It reduces and it's safe. So when it reduces, it's safe. It's just like turning the mental. People, you know, we are not talking about the reaction capacity. Your reaction capacity is your ability, your strength. So your strength needs to increase. Your ability needs to increase. In a place where your ability and your strength are increasing, your reaction time, your braking distance, everything will decrease. So they go and opposite to each other. Reaction capacity, strength increases, means that your reaction time decreases because you are faster, because you're strengthening. So I think that is the question that the student asked me to explain, and I think one of them is on board. Which if you're clear, please, now the floor is open to everyone. If you have any question to ask, now if you have any question to ask, you can call in on 620. My number is just there on up, 620-586-038. Or if you are you want to type your question on the live chat, you can drop the question. We are waiting. I'm just waiting here. I'll be waiting with just a background music for me to wait today, because is so we are the questions. Let's try to see who and who. If you have question, I think you can drop it or call in. Let me see if student drops a question. Subheading 52. Subheading 52. A student asks for subheading 52. Subheading 52 from our manual. 52. We have 52. Good. We have 52, and we have 52.1, 52.2. So 52 talks about the speed limits, and we have two types of speed. Two types of speed are according to their limits. Now we have the generic speed, which reminds me of what the rules stipulates. The rule, that's it. We have the specific speed, which are speed that are rules that are indicated, that are lower, and they are what the rules stipulate also. But according to the act that came to force in May 2014 in Spain, and the act makes us to understand that there are specific rules that are lesser, that's supposed to be lesser than the generic. In Spain, from 2014, May 19, the law came to existence and says you have to understand that specific speeds are lesser than the generic speed, and they are stipulated by laws also. So we have what we call inadequate speed. They are speed that are not adequate according, they are inappropriate according to Sister Johannes. You are welcome. You have to watch this video again in order to get clear with, because I've answered your question you posted online in the class. So after the class, you have to rewatch the question, the video, this video. So we have the appropriate, inadequate speed, inadequate speed, and inappropriate speed. Good. Now we have the appropriate speed, which are speed that are adapted, that are good for the conditions, circumstances of the road. And we have effector speed. Effector speed in 552 also. Effector speed, we said the speed causes reduction in your reaction capacity. That anytime you speed, your capacity is reduced. It comes in exam, and that you have what we call the tunnel effect. The tunnel effect reduces your visual field. You are not going, because everything is like getting faster to you. And we have all the generic speed are all in red. Generic maximum speed, red. Generic minimum speed are in blue. So I think I solved that to that way. We have subheading 146. 146 from the manual. The 146 from the manual talks about the protruding panel. The panel, which is this panel. This panel, I think you're talking about this panel, this red and white. This panel is a panel which we put behind the load that protrude out of at the rear. And during the day, at night, when a load comes out from the behind, you have to place it. And remember, in Africa, we always place red handkerchief. But here, you have to get a protruding panel and place them behind. So if the load that protrude, remember, that is what it's meant for. Number subheading 292, 293, 294, 295, 292, 293, 294, 295. Let me just say 292, 293, 294, 295. You're good. 293, 294, 295 talks about the insurance policy. We have the two types of insurance on automobile here. We have the compulsory insurance, which is the third party, and we have the comprehensive insurance, which covers the boat damage and you. And the common one is the compulsory insurance, which is the third party. And when you have it on your vehicle, remember that if you are at fault, they are not going to be responsible for your vehicle. They are going to be responsible for the other side, the opponent's person. And they said not having an insurance will cost you, will cost you a penalty. They will immobilize your vehicle and they will store it. That is why when they store, they start counting 1 day for you, 54 euro per day for you not coming to pick it. And when you go to an insurance company, you enter a contract with them. You pay for certain amount of money requesting, depending on what you want, what you requested for. If you want them, the insurance policy to cover your glass, yeah, they calculate some other money, extra money, extra charge for you. And from there, they generate what we call a kind of insurance policy number, which you have. That is the number that tallies to you. So that is the number you have to call most time when you have problem on the roadway or you need their attention. And remember that when you pay, there's a receipt of payment which is called premium that you're giving. That is what certified that you have an insurance policy. And responsibility, another thing is that when there's a mutual agreement paper which is called amicable accident statement, which when you experience an accident with someone, you come out, you don't need to box yourself like the way we do in Africa, because the insurance policy is working. So what you just need to do is that you fill the form, two of you change your identity, you get her own copy, you get your own copy, you send one copy to your insurance policy, and they are able to call the person to repair his car without no problem, but the problem is this, that both driver must have an authentic driver's license. Even though if you are not at fault and you don't have license that is European Union, automatically you become the faulty person, because your license is not the license that is ascribed as a driver. So you must have a good license before you can prove that this amicable statement is favored from to your side. So we have some responsibility. The driver is responsible for taking, when you're driving someone on the motorcycle on a two-wheel without helmet, the driver is responsible for the passenger. So you're going to be sanctioned for that. But in the vehicle, in the car, if you entered my car and you did not put on seat belts, you are responsible only if the passenger happens to be an underage. less than 18 years, that is when the driver will be sanctioned for that. Who is the policy holder? The policy holder is the person who is responsible for all the condition of the documents of the vehicle. So you are responsible for the document of the vehicle. If the vehicle does not have a genuine license or a genuine insurance policy, automatic, they are going to sanction the owner of the vehicle, not the driver that is driving the vehicle. So I think I'm able to run that 4 subheading for you now. Now, another question from a student, Brother Oscar, says, good evening, sir. Please, yesterday test 16 and number 23. 16 and number 23. Think 16 and number 23. 16 here says, what does this sign indicate? The sign is the cone. Is the kind of cone with reflecting lights on the construction that demarcates, that tells the expression of road safety, road works on the roadway, demarcating lanes. They form an imaginary line which no one should cross. So which the purpose of placing them on the road, when they now put light on them because of night, because of reduced visibility in that vicinity. So it's acting like a cone, you understand, which can be found on subheading 184 of her manual. So that area, there's something is that the purpose of that is that they form a lane where that's situated you cannot use, and it's forbidden for you to cross because they form an imaginary line which you can't cross, which is the block a lane which no one should use. You understand me? So they block that. So the purpose of it is that a separate lane. So you have to just be clear with that. Number 23 of that I've explained 23 and 23. I said you cannot. I said there's the question of 23 is in the early part of the video, which we have to understand. Which they said, can you stop your vehicle? Can you stop your vehicle at the pedestrian crossing in the picture? At the pedestrian, not on it. I'm getting to a pedestrian crossing. I stop my vehicle without climbing it. Yes, if I did not invade the road markings. The road markings is the pedestrian crossing. Yes, I can stop it at vicinity. I can stop it closer without invading it. Now, sister, question 4 from the driving theory. Question 4 from the driving theory. Good. Question 4. Which of the question 4? Because we have our driving theory. Our driving theory test is this. Is it this? This. Our driving theory test is this. And we have test 4. So which, Sister Johannes, which of the question are you talking about? Page 3. Page 3. Page 3. That is test 1. If you look at on top of the test, all the test has number. Test 1 to 30, test 2, you understand me? It has a number. It has a number. That's the number. So I think page 3 will be test 1. If I'm clear, page 3 will be test 1. Page 3. Sorry. No, I don't have it the way we have our own. I have it in page 3. No. Sorry. Sorry, I'm looking for the test you. Good. Okay. Okay. Have it ready. I'm going to show you if is the question you're talking about, so that before I go into the are you talking about this question? This one? Are you talking about this one? Please just put yes if it's this. Good. Just put yes if you're with us. Yes, good. Now I can know it. Now, what she's asking for is driving theory test 1, number 4. Driving theory test Number 4. So the number 4 question says, when is it forbidden to make a U-turn? When is it forbidden to make a U-turn? 1 says, when it is forbidden to overtake unless the U-turn is authorized. Good. B, when you cannot drive forward. C, in the case of roundabouts. Look, they said, when is it forbidden to make a U-turn? Where you cannot make a U-turn are where you cannot overtake. So any place where I cannot overtake, I cannot make a U-turn unless the U-turn is authorized. Because overtaking is you changing lane. So, and to make a U-turn, you have to cross the same lane. So any place where you cannot overtake, you cannot make a U-turn. But there's some area, because they just want people to like shortcuts, they put the place, they put a kind of extra sign to tell you to make a U-turn. So, but you have to understand that A becomes the better answer in this place, because you can't pick when you cannot go forward. When you cannot go forward, you can reverse back. That is it. Number C, in the case of roundabout is meant for U-turn. So roundabout is meant for U-turn. So C is wrong. So A becomes the better answer in that case. Are we clear? If you're clear, let me just see your thumbing up to see if you're clear with that. So remember that we always give three materials. We have the thematic test on mobile phone. We have this test that she just asked for now, the driving theory test, and we have our manual, and we have extra tests which we do in the class. So we are trying to do as much as possible so that to help students in passing. So all the material are very important when we come live every Friday like this. They are very important. If you can be able to ask when you study them, don't wait for me to force you to do it, to force me to tell you the test is 10, you have to do one on Monday, you have to do one on Tuesday. It's very important. It's very, very important. And I keep encouraging people, please, and please, it is a kind of strict law for somebody to go and do exam for you. Don't allow anyone. I beg you in the name of God. Not because I'm a teacher, just because a lot of Nigerians has lost their residence because they paid someone to go and do exam. You can go and you got it free. Good. But I will encourage you. You can do it. No matter what time it takes. Let me tell you, everybody in life is busy one way or the other. But when you create time for what is important to you, you get it clear. It is important for you to do it by yourself. Encourage yourself, study. Let everything around you speak positive to your side and get it done. Question number 2. Question number 2 of the same page. Question number 2 of the same test 1. Question number 2, I think you're talking about this question. Good. Question number 2 says, if a car has both brake lights burnt out, spoiled, but the third brake light does work, it's working, can you drive? Can you drive? No, because the third brake light is an optional purpose. It's not a kind of brake light that is obligatory to be have in a vehicle. When you don't have the right brake light, the normal brake light, the compulsory brake light, which is the brake light that's supposed to be in the vehicle, the third one is just an optional. So you can't just be driving alone with the third brake light. You must repair the normal brake lights you have in your vehicle. So which is very, very important. Very, very important, which is A is the answer. You cannot drive with the third brake light alone. It's not permitted. It's not permitted. And if you check your manual in subheading 173 explain better for you. You can't drive with the third brake light alone. So I think That is an answer and a clear answer. Any other person, if you're watching us, please help us to like the video. The like button is somewhere here. Just look at the like button. Please help us to like. Don't just watch us without liking. Don't watch us without dropping comments. Encourage us by dropping comment. Encourage us by dropping your comments. Subscribing. It's an advantage for you. We don't beg people to subscribe, but it will be an advantage for you to subscribe and get an idea from us. And we share ideas most time when we come on video like this, so that student that has errors, that has problem, we can be able to solve. So if you have question, you can call in on 620-586-038. I'm going to drop my number on the live chat also for you to call in, or you type the way a student. I'm waiting. I'm here live. I'm waiting for student to drop. The purpose of me coming here is to have an interaction. I might not be able to be on my 50 students' house or put them together because of the pandemic, and this is a means of us communicating and doing the best. So I'm live here. If you have like students from different places outside Madrid, outside Spain, can also get us on this platform, and we ask. You can call me on WhatsApp. It does not mean that you have to call live. You have to call from the main phone line. You know, it might maybe it's costing, or you to cost something. You can call through WhatsApp. You can add me on WhatsApp 620-586-038, 620-586-038. You can call me on that line, and you will get speaking and again. So if you're watching us, try as much as possible to put like our video, or you hate our video, any one of the two. Please don't just watch us. Let's know and drop. Well, good evening, Mr. Peter. You're coming on board. After the class, you can rewatch the video, because some of the questions you posted, I think we solved it. I solved it at the early hour of the video. So you can rewatch the video, and if you have any comments or anything that is not clear, you can be able to ask from the class line. And I said you can share it with as many people as possible. It's the video to explain to as many students that will want us to, that has something with it. Oh, I was thinking 7 p.m. No, I changed the time today. I think I posted it on the class. So sorry. I posted it on the class. Even I remember I reminded us of when I posted it on the class that I'm going to come on 6 o'clock today, because the student called me and made me to understand that they're going to school, they're going to work, and when he leaves home, he might not be able to connect on YouTube because of the phone. So and it was like so. Okay, sorry, sir. I'm so sorry, sir. So, but you can also watch it. You can watch it later. You can. They will copy it on the class page for you to have it. Yeah. Mr. Oscar said, please, sir, the driving test 7, number 7. The driving test 7, number 7. You know, I said the 3 materials. The driving test is this. The driving test is this one. Driving theory test. So if you have it as a student, there's a test 7. Test 7. Test 7. Let me look out for test 7. Test 7. Sorry, test 7. Good. Test 7 is this. When you look on top, number 7. You have number 7. Test 7, 1 to 5 here. You have it inside test 7. So now our brother is asking for test 7, number 7. You know, I told us when we are coming live like this, you have to have all the material I give to you. You have to have it, because the purpose of us having this video is for me to have an encounter with you. And if you can't type faster, please. I think people are thinking maybe we're doing it live 7 today. I said 6. So, Sister Haiti, you're welcome. Number 7 of that text 7. Number 7 of text 7. Number 7, text 7 says, while double parked, it is prohibited to. While double park, it is prohibited to. Parking. It is prohibited to double park. That's what they want to ask you. You cannot double park, but you can double stop. What is double parking? Double parking is me getting to your street and parking beside the car that is parking already. Parking beside the car that is parking is double parking, which is wrong. And I'm blocking road. I'm blocking road. So that is double parking. Double parking. So double parking is not permitted, but double stopping is permitted. What is different between stopping and parking? Stopping is when you are still in the car less than 2 minutes. But when it's more than 2 minutes, even though you are in the car, is what we call parking. And parking is also when you park the car, you out of the car, you stationarize the vehicle out of the car, is considered as parking also. So double parking is prohibited, but double stopping is permitted. Brother Oscar, are you clear with the explanation? Please, if you're clear with the explanation, please help us to turn up. So if you're joining, please help us to like the video, drop comment, let me know if you're here. If you're on board, help us to like the video, drop comments, like the video, drop comments. So the like button is somewhere here. Just like, help us to drop comments. And you can also share. It's shared on the Facebook. People are watching live on Facebook. If you're watching on Facebook, try to subscribe. And those that enjoy watching us after live, that doesn't subscribe, thank you very much for watching us. At least you're watching us secretly. It's still a plus. So keep watching us. Thank you very much. So any other question? Any other question from anyone? Any other question? Any other question? Another question, Sister Haiti, I've answered your question at early stage, the early minute of this class. So after the video, you can rewatch for you to get where the explanation properly. Those tests you posted on the class, I've explained them, and I think it's more clear to have them. So any other question from anyone? Any other question? Any other question? Any other question? Any other question? Any question? I'm still waiting. I will be waiting. Let me just put my light music. So still waiting. So wait. If you're joining us, as I said, we encourage you to pass. Thank you, Brother Oscar. We encourage you to pass, and we don't encourage you to pay someone to go and do it. Many of them want to fall on the same trap. A lot of Nigerians are scapegoats, and now the Spanish government is just sitting down, wants you to make that error. So don't go and make the error, because a law that says if you are caught in the exam, you lose your residence. I don't see a reason why you should go and lose your residence because you want to get driving. So please be very careful of who encourage you on the streets to pay. Don't do it. Tell somebody it is possible. It is possible. It is possible. During this pandemic, a lot of students have passed that I can't even count. A lot of students. So please encourage others. Help us to tell people that it's possible. It's just a matter of time. When you have yours, that's not mine. It's not mine. So give time. Give. If you're even feeling you are not getting it, keep struggling. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. So don't give here to them. Don't give here to them. You're welcome, Sister Olubisi, my sister. God bless you, man. So don't give here to them. Don't give here to them. You can do it. The reason why you can do it, you can do it. Please, I beg you, give your best to it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. It's possible. I'm encouraged with seeing a lot of people passing every week. You can do it. A Spanish colleague asked me, how did we do it? How did I do it that I have students passing like as if I'm giving them something? And I told them that I'm available even midnight. If you post, I see it. If I want to answer, I answer. I see it. I'm available to answer. When I said I'm available 24 hours, I'm available because I have to be there. I have to do that. So a question: which one is the best, the app test or the theory test? All, all are the same. All are the same. You have to run everything. You have to run. They are the same because they are all the same thing in the manual. But the test, they're the same thing, just like asking the same thing, asking that how can you get to Mostoles from Madrid through train? With what train can you get to Mostoles? They are just twisting the same thing. So Mr. Peter, all the material I give to you are very, very important. So you have to create time, which one you study, which one, and I'm available to explain any one for you at any time. Brother Oscar says, still on the same test 7, number 14. Test 7, number 14, on the driving test. The driving test. This one, Brother Peter, is very important. The answers are behind. When you are running it and you are not clear, you don't need to write on it. You can take a paper and just do it. Sometimes just a leisure time, midnight, you wake up, you just do one. You correct yourself. Anyone that is not clear, you ask me. There are 2 errors in this book. So when you ask question and you get to those errors, I can be able to tell you printing errors. So number 14. Number 14 of test 7. Test 7, number 14. Number 14 says, in general, sleepiness appear most often. In general, sleepiness appear most often. A, in the middle of the night and in the early afternoon. B, in the early hour of the morning and in the late evening. C, during the mid morning and the early afternoon. If you look at this, generally, sleepiness appear mostly often in the middle of night. When you're driving, we're talking about driving now. When you're driving and you get to the middle, you get drowsy. You want to sleep because you're beating in nature already. And in the early afternoon, you've been walking from there, and you get to the early afternoon. Early afternoon happens to be like 2 o'clock. You start yawning because you've been walking since morning. So you've been driving since morning. So that is the relate to. If you go to your subheading 302 in your book, it explains better to you in that place on the drowsiness of drug, chapter 10. So I think we are. I'm clear. If you're clear with that, when it comes to drowsiness, this is so funny when you see those questions. They are like, they retwist question. That's why the test on the mobile, the test on the book, which we just did now, and anywhere you touch test online, they twist them. So the more you touch test, the better advantage you have. And when you have a counter with any test that is not clear, try to snap them, send it to the class. Let me explain. I'm free to explain. So that is why you employ a teacher to assist. So that is it. Are we clear? Are we clear? So any other question from any other question from anyone? And again, for those that are on the class that are ripe, give room for the exam. Give room for the exam. There are a lot of people that are ripe and they are scared. Don't be scared. It is possible. A student, at least you can see a student pass today. Don't be scared. It is possible. You can do it. Some are ripe. From my record, some arrived. So, Brother Oscar, you arrived. Don't get. I think I need you to let me jump up. And Sister Olubisi too. I think you arrived. So please try to give a shoot to the exam. Give a shoot to the exam. In my book, there is error on B. It states in the early hour of the morning and late evening. And B, your book, your book, your book, your book, late evening. Your B, there's 7. There's 7. I have to see it because it should be an because I gave you new book. You have new book, so I think I have to check. You have to snap the back and send to me personally. Just snap the back result and send it to me personally for me to see, so that I can complain to the company that prints it. So look for sitter for me. Okay, sir. Send me your name, your privately, not on the class page. Your name, your X number, your phone number, your email. Just send that to me. I'm going to get sitter for you. I got sitter for a lot, so I'm going to test 7, number 14. Test 7, number 14. It should be A here. Though the question does not come like this in exam. You understand? It doesn't come like this in exam. This is just a duplication. This one, not all the questions are the ones that come in the exam. You know, they duplicate some to get more question. You get me? They duplicate some to get more question. But when I'm explaining, I use it to explain to students that this is how it comes. How it comes is somehow like now. Let me just give us how it comes in exam. One of the okay. Okay. If you look at now, if you look at in your textbook on unit 10 or chapter 10, even in chapter 10, that psychophysical condition of the driver. If you look at it and you look at the causes of drowsiness, which is sleepiness, causes of drowsiness, and they said the time of the day, they said it is more frequent at dawn and early afternoon. That is the answer you're seeing there. So if your answer is contrary to that, it is a printing error. A printing error. So, and you know, they said in exam, they asked what is the effect. Most time in exam, when you go to the exam, say what is the effect of sleepiness or drowsiness on driver? That comes in exam. And what are the best remedy? That is the 2 questions that comes mostly on that place. The effect and the best remedy. So the best remedy is under that picture. Under the picture you are seeing there, under this picture, they put the best remedy. Look at this, something under here. They put the best remedy. So the best remedy is to take a nap. You sleep. And the other question they ask you, before you embark on a journey, can you take an heavy meal? Heavy meal is like you use taking pounded yam. No. Evangelist Favor, you are welcome. Welcome, ma. So any question, I'm still on board. Any question, because we are going to have 1 hour, 30 minutes here with the teacher. So I'm available here. I'm available here with any problem, any encounter you've been studying, and you have something to explain to a word or a topic or subheading or the material I gave to you, and you need to because every Friday we'll be having something like this, and is a time with the teacher. So from the next class, which we're starting, I'll be having maybe Monday and Wednesday normal teaching. You know, the other days are, if you have questions, I solve them. And Friday will be the live with teacher like this. So that you can be able to, in case you study on your own and you have some likely errors. So I think from next week, get an exercise book, a big note, where you can write errors. If you cannot be able to ask from the class on WhatsApp, you can ask direct. Sir, at dawn means early hour of the morning. Yes. Dust, remember the word dust and dawn. So any other question, please? Any question generally? Any question? If you're watching us, any question generally? You can call on 620-586-038. 620-586-038. If you cannot type faster, or your what is it, Tekla? Your phone is not typing so fast, or you're doing something and you feel like calling to ask your question, please, you can call. Let me just see if a student posted a question to solve. No, we have no question yet. Anyone? No question. No question. So any question from anyone? Meaning of the day. Good. Because the kokoroko are done. It's the hour of the morning. It's the hour of the morning, sir. It's the cockroach are done. So yes, you've answered it already. Cockroach are done. You need to remember something. This is funny. So dust and dawn is just like sunrise and sunsets. What is sunrise? The early morning. They use that also in exam for dawn, early morning, sunrise. Now sunset in the evening, which is the dust, D-U-S-T, dust, evening, early evening. Now the dawn, early morning, which is the sunrise also. I think you should be clear now. So we still have like 15 minutes to go on test 3. On test 3, the theory 1. Test 3, theory 1. Test 3, theory 1. Good. Muy bien. Test 3, theory 1. I think is it this? Please, if it's this, just say yes. So, brother Oscar, what is the answer? Which he said yes. I explained what I don't understand, so that I will not go and answer you wrongly. What is the answer? You said the dawn. Is it the dawn you're still asking, or the meaning of the day means day is about to break? I didn't get. So let me, in the course, you can send the answer on my test A. The answer on my own test is A. I didn't get you. The answer on my own test. Yeah. I didn't. Let me. Number 3-1. Okay, number 3-1. Number 3-1 now. Number 3-1 says, what should you check after driving through a puddles of water? When you, like settlement of water, you know, you have potholes, like we have potholes in Nigeria, and you drive through the pothole during rain. What should you check? A says that brakes are in working condition, working order. B, steering in working order. C, shock are in working order. You check the brake. The brake is what you're going to check, because when you pass through the settlement of water, immediately you pass through, what you need to do, reduce your speed, stop. Check your brake, whether your brake is effective, because when you pass through water, brake loses its grip, loses its effectiveness. So you have to check brake. A is the answer. As Brother Oscar said, A is the answer. A is the answer. A is the answer. Remember that I use the question to teach, and I tell us the likely other question that can be generated from the question also. So A is the question. So, Brother Peter, have you been studying it? Have you studied number 1, test 1, test 2 before you can be able to ask test 3? If yes, let me know. I mean the answer to test 7, number 14. Test 7, number 14. A is the answer. A is the answer. Test 7, number 14. Abi? Sorry, let me just. Test 7, number 14. Yes, A is the answer. That's why I told him that if his own is B, he should send me the snapshots, the screenshots, snap the parts in his textbook and send to me, because I'm not able to see the new textbook much. I'm not able to have time to go through all the likely errors on the new textbook. You understand me? So, brother, you have to start from test 1. You have to start from just give yourself, maybe the reason why I reduce teaching Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, is because some students said I'm rushing them, and that I should give them room also to study. That was why since 3 weeks, some 3 students called me and said, teacher, you just the racket us. You want me to just pass go? No, I want you to. You understand me? So that is why if I teach on Monday and I leave that Tuesday for you, you can create time to say, I take test 1 on my Tuesday. Teacher is not going to teach on Thursday. I take test 2 on Thursday. Before you know, you finish it. Or I take 2 tests, or I'm going to face this one on Tuesday. Or Saturday that I'm not teaching, I'm going to face. But, I'm available online. When you ask questions, even though if I'm sleeping, I stand up and I explain. The reason why I didn't answer yesterday, because we're coming on live like this, because I want the question to be on live like this. So please be on it. Everything, every material, everything that has to come in exam, they sound funny. I've been studying it here. Thank you, sir. So they sound funny. Those questions in the exam are funny, but the more you give room to just study them, and anything that's not clear, you paid me, ask from the class, send me the copy, just snap it. The way people are doing online, just snap it. I know it's not easy when you start newly. It's not easy. Everything look as if this thing is not possible, but it's possible. It's possible. But if early hour of the morning is done, B supposed to be the answer. B, which one? If you look at your subheading 302 in the textbook, that is for new people, chapter 10, psychophysical condition of that play, of the something. You will see they say the time of the day more frequent are done. That is the middle night. What is night? Night starts from 12 o'clock. So the middle of it, and we always say the day starts from 7 o'clock in the morning in our theory when we're teaching. So the middle of night is that early hour of the morning, which is like 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock. You understand me? So don't let us you understand me? Just get it according to the way the manual. That's why I go to the manual. I explain to you that the causes of drowsiness, if you go and look at sleepiness in your manual, cause of drowsiness at the time of the day, more frequently at the dawn and early hour. That's how it will come in exam. That is how it will come in exam. It won't come like this. That's what I explained to you. It will not come like this. These are just like trying to generate question from questions. So twisting it in another English. You understand me? So I don't want us to deliberate more on this. It will cause some. Just get it this way. Done. It won't come like this. Nobody will say middle of night in exam. I've not seen a question that's the middle of night. It will only say the dawn. Are you getting me, sir? So good. So any other question? 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 So if you're watching our video and you feel like being a student, or you have anyone who is interested to join us, to join our class, to join the pattern of our teaching, you can ask the person to call us. We are starting newly now. Please help us to tell as many people on the street that wants to get their English driver's license in the English language. Just tell them we make it possible and it's convenient. And the payment too is convenient also if the person is trustworthy. So help us to tell people, share our publicity with people, tell people on the street. Is high time we make a lot of Nigeria out of the stress of not having license in Spain. That is my own contribution. Instead of some people putting people in prison, of telling them go and pay someone to do it, and if they catch you, you lose your residence, you lose some things, some rights. Now I'm telling you that it is possible. It is possible. I can make it possible. I can make it possible. If only you just give me time, I can make it possible. Just give me your time. Listen to me, get it clear. You get it. It's so easy when you make it easy. It's so easy. There's nothing like complaining. I'm working at night, I don't have time in the morning. I'm working in the morning, I don't have time in the evening. There are some students that cannot be here now, but immediately after this lecture, we copy the video and send to them, and they watch it, and they communicate at their own free time, and we get it. That is why 24 hours our class page is disturbing. I tell people, if it's disturbing you in your husband's house or in your wife presence, try to mute the page so that it will not be do pam, 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 pam. Me, I don't mute it. Why? Because I have to be alert like an hunter at night who is ready to hunt. So I'm ready to hunt your question, and I should be available to answer. That is why you see me sometimes when you post 2 o'clock midnight. If I'm available, I see it, I will answer. Early in the morning, if I see it, I will answer. So I don't have time. I have time because you pay me for the service, and I have to be available, and I have to do my best to put my best that my conscience is clear. So tell people on the street we are starting newly. We are starting newly. If they want to join us up, the floor is open. They can call on 620-586-038. Thank you for joining us, Brother Oscar. Thank you for being part of today's class, Brother Peter Ogaga. Thank you for being part of this class, Sister Johannes, Sister Foley, Evangelist Favor. I think Evangelist Favor just came in, dash in and dash out. I think she played one because I didn't see her being lively on the space. Thank you, my blessed sister Olubisi. Thank you, my sister Etowa. Thank you very much for coming on board. Thank you, Sister Johannes. Thank you for coming on board. Thank you, Sister Wumi, for being there. Thank you, as many people that come. Thank you, Sister Slabi, for joining us today. And I really appreciate everybody. So we are available. The class is still on. Tomorrow, we are available also. So just join us. And brother Oscar, don't forget to send your data to me privately so that I can be able to. Don't send it to public page, because your data is very, very important. It's crucial. It's important. It's personal. So send it to me privately. I will try to get a sitter for you, and you do your. And if you're looking for where to do your psychotechnical test, it's also available at the same venue. So let us get used to that, and let us take time to tell people. Let's help people. Let's tell people. I know it's not easy after this pandemic. There will be a lot of restriction in getting job, and if you have a driver's license, you'll be able to meet it up to anywhere you want to go to, any job you want to, anything you want to do, because all jobs are now going online. And if you're going online, you must have a car. If you have a car, you'll be able to contact, you'll be able to connect, you'll be able to move, you'll be able to transport. If you're online and you're doing your business online, and you have to drop at one, somebody asks for something, a goods which you make order, and you have to drop. Look at Picture Business Wider. Picture Business Wider. You will need a car. You will need a driver's license to drive that car, and you are online business. Like world is going to online business now. So package yourself before the time. We are in the mood, we are in the season, we're in the season of building the legacy. So now it's my time to make it real for you. It's not easy to have the money. I know the money is not easy to prepare the class, but something you sow for, the right thing you sow for, you can always get. Or you call me if there's a means I can assist. I will always be glad to do that. I will be glad to do that. When someone is faithful and I see the seriousness in it, I enjoyed it. Money is not everything, but we have to assist ourselves and we have to make it real. Thank you very much for coming on board tonight. Thank you very much for being part of tonight's class. I remain Steve Adetela, instructor, Neurosafety.